that generally is, the more common mic that you would see. You probably are gonna have to bleep that out because I don't want to piss off. I don't want to piss off the company that makes them.
Sure.
But those mics are what, $1,500. So for a couple $100 more, you can go from the I'm gonna use this until I can afford my dream mic, or for a couple $100 more, you can get what I call forever mics, and these are mics you never get rid of. You add to the collection, but you're never gonna get rid of them because they are the end goal sonically. And so the circuits in these do not even resemble the original ones. But I always tell people, if you mix records, you know that you can get to the same end result with different plugins. And so we found a more efficient way to get to that end result and better. And ultimately, I was just talking about him.
Yeah.
Sorry, hang on a second.
Hey,
bro, literally talking about you on a podcast right now. Call you after. Okay. Yeah, see, I'm myself 100% of the time. Like this is literally what it's like. So ultimately though, my goal is to make this accessible to everyone. I feel like I know what it feels like in the music industry to feel like somebody is gatekeeping and not letting me, in to a certain circle. I mean, it doesn't really happen anymore, but in the beginning of my career, I couldn't avoid it. And I don't want people to feel like that sonically. Like why bottleneck people? So rather than doing, mics that are every bit as expensive as the mics that they're, beating in these shootouts, I want everyone to have them. And so I want these to be available to that college kid who doesn't know what a great recording sounds like until he hears these, and then becomes more discerning with that quality, because that's going to make it so much better in the long run for them, because they're going to know what great sonics sound like. And it's great because these kind of sound like, when I do these shootouts with the originals are like the before picture, and these are like the after picture. So all the things you would normally do in a mix to get a vocal sounding the way you want it to, these sound like that immediately.
Straight out the bite.
Straight into Pro Tools or whatever DAW that someone is using. And so that right there is that's the premise. It's make everyone's life easier, make everyone's life better, and don't charge them ridiculous prices to do it. And it doesn't need to be that way anymore. We're not even in that space anymore. So, that's really the goal. And there's no corners cut. Everything is like super premium. It's just, I don't really care about, charging people an arm and a leg for profit margins. I just really want people to
hopefully after that too, they get inspired to actually sing better, because every singer that I know, to include myself, if they sound better, they sing better, they perform better. It's like everything, like every equipment. Let's say, like you was tripping on Jay and me having the professional mic here, and he has a professional mic company. But you sound nice and clear. I don't know, you probably got a good ass camera there, but what I mean is, you get inspiration to actually thrive further, right? And make the best out of your performance when you actually have something that it's
so true
quality, and especially if it's something that you can actually afford, in this day and age, because that's one of the things. And we had this kind of conversation a little bit during NAMM, and it's like, I'm sick and tired of everybody wanting to sound like the 50s, the 60s, the 70s, like all these old mics. Yes, that was a great sound then. Yes, it's vintage now and it carries a great value, but why not evolve the sound? And that's what that Evo 251 is about, huh?
Exactly.
So, what are some of those feedbacks that you have gotten from it so far?
Man, the feedback has been insane. I mean, like, so I did a shootout the day before NAMM, actually, at APG at their studio, on Melrose, Fairfax and Melrose. And I had about 35 people there, and they were all like really, really top guys in the business. They're all friends, but they're also friends that will tell me, if I fell short. And but I mean, we had Baines, we had Tizio, we had Dale Becker, we had Steve White, we had Trevor Wright, we had Matt Weiss, we had who else? Derek Milano was there. We had so many people. It was crazy. And not one person chose the original Elam 251 over the Circle Audio. Not one. And it was to a point where it started out as a blind shootout, but it was such a dramatic difference in clarity that nobody was fooled anymore. So at that point, it was just like, all right, let's just try this out, and see how it sounds on everything. And it beat the pants off of the original every time. And so I knew we had something special. I mean, when I tell you, I didn't even know if I was going to have a prototype available that day. If you knew what it took to get that done and get it there, especially when Langston, the day he was supposed to, get it done and send it out, he had already been, laid up with COVID right before NAMM.
Fuck COVID.
And so, it was crazy. I mean, if we had, and I'm not even joking, if we had 1 hour less, I would not have had a mic there.
Wow.
Like 1 hour. That was it. I mean, it was like down to the wire. And, but yeah, it blew everybody away. And I was so pleasantly surprised because that was really the first time I had heard that version of the mic. And since I've done like 2 upgrades to the circuit, changed a couple of values, swapped out a couple of components, and they're even better than they were then. And ultimately, like, the goal wasn't just to give someone something that they loved. It was to give them something that they loved and nothing could ever beat that. It was like these needed to be like the Wilt Chamberlain 100-point game mics, like, because ultimately I wanted it to be, I wanted these to be garbage proof, like where somebody doesn't, where they don't have access to something, so they'll use anything. And that was really that was really the goal, but the reactions have been insane. I do have like interviews with a lot of these top guys, and they're swearing by it. And so, yeah, I'm really excited.
So this is the evolution. Yeah, actually, let me do that for you.
Yeah.
And give you those rounds of applause. So we're at the pinnacle of the evolution of microphones as we know it, essentially. And it's been hard work to get to where you are with this. And like I told you before, Manny and I had been talking about this a while. And we're happy that this is the push forward and the face of where you're going with this. Again, understanding a little bit about the background of what got you to this point, and to be able to further the product, and not just further the product, but in like advance on it and increase the stance and the platform to help and shape the platitude in which you're going. It's enormous. It's huge. It's enormous and it's huge. So what versions do you have that are going to be available soon? Have you released anything yet? Are you about to release? What
We
version
have
are you releasing and all that? What's that looking like?
Gotcha. So we haven't released yet. We are in the final stages. I'm waiting literally just on like one thing to get here, and then we are in production. I should be able to crank out like the first 50 of them within a week, but everything needs to be burned in. Like all the mics need to burn in for 3 days, and we need to like thoroughly test them because quality control is like it needs to be A1 all the time. And then after that we're shipping. So I do have
What does it look like?
What does it look like?
so okay, so I have
Oh, those are a lot bigger when you bring them closer to the camera.
I know.
so when someone buys a mic, they get 2 boxes. They get one with the microphone and power supply. Sorry, this picture is actually the opposite, like the direction. Anyway, it's like a mirror image, but it's actually the correct way. Okay, so basically you get one with the mic and power supply, and then you get one with the shock mount, DC adapter, and microphone cable. So I will.
So are these XLR or are they can you use USB?
So the output of the power supply is XLR, like 3-pin XLR, but the microphone cable to the power supply is a 6-pin XLR. It's actually a custom cable that we did for these mics. So, and I will show you everything. So when you open the box, comes with a case, power supply, and you will never see a sexier power supply than that.
What?
Wow.
What?
So, and and they're super light. Normally for a tube mic in general, but especially a 251, you have these giant bricks, these linear power supplies that are the size of this case. And
I got 2 of those.
Yeah. And what we did was we were able to shrink these down, redesigned the power supply and from a linear power supply to a solid state switch mode power supply. And what that does is that actually, because there's no transformers inside of the power supply, it lowers the noise floor dramatically. In fact, we have no noise floor on these mics. They are so quiet that unless you said something into them in certain cases, you might think they were off. And so that was one of the definite improvements.
And these are tube mics.
And these are tube mics. In fact, we have our own custom 12AT7 tubes like that were designed by Langston Massingale. So power supply, and instead of doing the wooden box, which is not really practical, it just kind of sits on a shelf in a that's it. And you pull it out and you take the mic out. Well, we did we did basically
take a with you bag.
Yeah, we did hard cases with a hard shell cases with like that are soft and portable, and they have a handle on them. And wait, going the opposite way again. They have a handle on them, and you can take the mic with you, in the case. So,
because you probably want to.
Yeah. So when we release, we're doing a 100 mic limited edition vintage colorway before we drop the actual production colorway, which is going to be white. But the vintage colorway is so sick. I had to give it to him.
The cream color.
Yeah, so dope.
Oh.
So this is the first actual look on video at this at the vintage edition.
Holy crap!
And yeah,
that looks beautiful, man.
Thank you, man. Yeah, it's so weird. Like every time I go left, it goes right. Every time I go right. See, I turn it the wrong way constantly. But yeah, so on the bottom you have 6-pin XLR.
Okay. Yeah.
Turning the wrong way.
Is it screw on or is it just a plug?
No, so this is a plug. In fact, we did custom. Let me put this in the case so I don't knock this over and ruin the mic. So we did. So this is where all the accessories are. In the accessories, did custom dust bags for the mics. So you can put the mic in here. You can put accessories in here if you want to like pull the drawstring and close it and just take that with you instead of putting it back into the box in the foam. This is the custom cable, and the thing that I wanted to do with these was to all the cables for these mics. I wanted to make them the same color as the mic, so it's almost like the color flows through the mic, through the cable, and it's all completely seamless. The other thing is, it's really nice because if you have like a multi-mic setup, you can spot what mic is what because
by the color of the cable. Yeah,
you don't have to have a whole bunch of black cables on top of black cables. You can spot what goes where really easily. So that's actually a function and form thing. So we did custom cables, super high end. Hang on a second, let me see here. So I don't know if you can see, but wait.
Yep. Bring it just a little bit closer.
Wait.
Just a little bit closer. Yeah. Yep.
Oh, I see. Oh, Circle Audio.
So we got Circle Audio, like custom cables. Everything is super high end. 6-pin XLR. And so this is what goes from the mic to the preamp. So in this case with the vintage colorway, what's really dope is that the badge is still black and white, so it kind of looks like the badge color flows through, which is really cool. So, and then the other really cool thing, grab this. So how many companies do you know that their shock mount, wait a minute,
look at that
logo?
Holy crap.
There we go.
Crap, look at that. Okay.
So,
beautiful, man.
So yeah.
Details, bro.
It's
man. Yeah. So what's really cool that we did with the shock mount is that the shock mount is completely open in the front. So let me screw this in. When you're using your mic, you actually can see the entire mic unobstructed.
Yeah,
so it doesn't block anything. And then you plug in from the bottom.
Our shock mount ain't got that. I'm looking at it now.
No, definitely not. You plug it from the bottom, and it looks super dope with the white cable and the and the black all. This is why I did black connectors on these too. The black all connects with the black, so you kind of get like the full cohesive experience.
Why are you gonna kill me?
So when the whole thing comes together, it all looks really good together. This is really hard to get this to straighten out. I keep doing it's just like really hard. But yeah, so together it all looks really good. I spent a lot of time on just customer experience because that's everything.
Hey, can you believe we're the first one?
You are definitely the first ones that I have shown this to.
Wow, man.
So,
bro,
this is a world premiere.
Yes, sir.
Hell yeah.
Yes, sir. And so the and the other great thing is that second, I'll show you how easy it is to set this up. You got a regular 12-volt DC adapter.
What?
And that plugs in to the front
Get
of the power.
The heck out of here, bro.
That's it.
Oh my god.
So you still have your still have your IEC cable, but that plugs in right here.
Yeah, but
and that's it. And that goes to the wall. And that's it. And the transformer is in here instead of in the power supply.
Away from the
away from it all. So there's no added noise or anything like that.
Brilliant, man.
Genius. Freaking genius.
Yeah, and that I got to give the credit to Langston Massengale for, because man, that guy is just a
Hell yeah, man.
ridiculously amazing genius.
We need to, when this release, well, hopefully we can have him also on the show too.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, Langston's amazing. He has so he has a company called Handsome Audio, and he makes this product called the Zulu. And I mean, I don't ever want to live without that product. I mix every record and use it on every record. I can't really pick it up off the desk right now because it's like connected to stuff. But let me see if this will follow me. If this camera follows me, does it follow me?
No.
Not doing it. Oh, I think it only does it on FaceTime.
Yeah, it does. Only on FaceTime.
Yeah. Well, all right. Well, in any case, so it's like the most amazing tape simulator, but it really sounds like tape. And the cool thing about that is that it really it gives you the ability to take tape formulas and use them with tape machines that they would never be compatible with in real life. And it's crazy. It's, oh my God, this thing is like, anyone who doesn't have this doesn't know what they're missing out on.
Send me that info too.
Oh yeah, I just ordered 2 more of them. I don't ever want to be without them. They're amazing for tracking. They're amazing for mixing. They're game changer.
Tell Langston to hop on and tell us about it.
Oh yeah.
And then now with that microphone, oh my God, it looks amazing. Congratulations, Keith.
Absolutely.
Congratulations. I think you have gold on your hands, and this is definitely the start of something that's gonna be a legit legacy for real. So congratulations, man. We're proud of you.
Thank you. Yeah,
I'm so proud of you, bro. So happy that you continue to push through adversity and overcoming a lot of stuff. Like, amazing. Nothing shy or less than amazing. Absolutely.
Man, I appreciate it. Yeah, and then also one of the things that makes these mics, I mean, and Langston, I mean, these mics wouldn't exist without him. You know, I really, my involvement in this product was more from a user standpoint, from an engineer standpoint, from, you know, someone who understands sonics. I mean, it's my 24th year in the music business, and so I used that, you know, in terms of as a guideline to shape the final sonics of this mic. But make no mistake, Langston, he did all of this. I mean, I'm lucky to have a chief of design and chief of technology that is as incredible as him. This is what I'm talking about, though. Like, I got to make sure everyone knows how dope my team is.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And, you know, and so Langston, he also invented the transformer technology that's in these microphones, and that is probably the number one biggest thing in terms of like the sonics of what people are getting. And so Langston, he has a company called LMI, Langston Massengale Industries, and it's the first ever Black-owned transformer company in history. It's never happened. And so I love that. I mean, like that, I love being a part of that and supporting that in general. But I mean, what he's done with these is incredible. And Circle Audio is the only company that has access to using these transformers. And so basically these transformers, they have the highest inductance of any transformers ever put into a piece of audio equipment ever. Most factories won't even attempt to make transformers with this level of inductance because it's extremely difficult. And so what that directly affects is headroom, low end response, distortion or really lack thereof, and these are also totally flat from 20 hertz to 65,000 hertz. So I mean, well beyond human hearing.
Yeah.
And so it really is it's a game changer. That basically, because of the way that these sound, there's no ugly resonances. You will not find them. There's no boxiness. There's no weird artifacts, and there's also no mud. You can't find mud in these mics because of the way that Langston designed these things. And so it's pretty freaking amazing. And anything that's below like the fundamental frequency range that of the source material that you're recording, normally on other mics you'll just hear like rumble or or mud. But in the case of the Circle Audio mics, most people don't even want to roll anything off, because all of that, instead of being mud, it's all harmonics, and it's all harmonics that help everything above it.
Answer.
So yeah, so there's really nothing in these mics that makes you say, oh, this is a problem for me to fix. And it's the first time I've ever heard a mic that I felt that way, that everyone that's used it has felt that way. And so really that's where the game-changing technology is. It's in the transformer design. The capsules are the Langston also designed the capsules. These are CA12 capsules. They're every bit as good as the original CK12.
Large diaphragm.
Yeah, absolutely. And and I mean the tubes. He custom designed the tubes, everything. I mean, this is all, every component in these mics was designed to bring out the best in all the other components in these mics. And the power supply, being a switch mode power supply, gives us so much more versatility. Wait till you see some of the stuff that we're about to drop that can only happen with a switch mode power supply and not a linear power supply.
Wow.
There's going to be some crazy stuff. So in any case, I can't wait for people to hear these.
That's exciting.
Man, I'm still stoked. I'm so stoked. I'm excited for this. I can't wait. When is the actual? I mean, hopefully, well, this is gonna come out when it's already probably out. So y'all find out.
Okay. For anyone that wants to get these, or to try to get these, I will say this right now: we have a much larger waiting list to get these mics than I originally anticipated having. I didn't realize what the demand was going to be. So by the time people see this, they may be sold out if this drops after the release date. But basically, when I have them done, anyone that wants to catch these at the drops, if you go to www.circle.audio, so it's literally just Circle Audio with a dot in the middle, you can sign up for the mailing list, and I am going to send out email blasts for releases, and I may do a text message service as well, where everyone can find out via text if they prefer that. I will let everyone know in advance, and when we drop these, I know, like I'm fully aware that they're going to sell out very, very fast. I have basically double the amount of people on the waiting list right now that I do than I have mics for the first batch.
And these are all handcraft, so
yeah,
right? Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
So
you're getting evolution, you're getting quality, you're getting a one-of-a-kind mic because it's handcrafted. You're getting the next generation. You're not going to need any other mics. You're not going to need any other mics when you get your hands on this, folks. That's what I'm trying. Look, I gotta get myself in the number. I gotta get in the game. I gotta figure out how to get in on this, man.
I signed up with 3 different emails, so sorry. I want to make sure I get that.
Look, 'cause that's amazing, man.